you know, whatever you do, if it's building a car or, you know, laying bricks or digging a ditch, and enjoy it, whatever it is.
Exactly. And I'd like to ask you both, what would the person you are today say to the child you once were? If you could speak to yourself way back when, what would you tell them?
What would I tell? What?
If you could speak to yourself as a child now, what would you tell that kid in Chicago?
Well, you know what? I'll tell that kid in Chicago the same thing that I was told and that I always remembered. And it was from one of my coaches. And this may not work for everyone, but he was a firm believer in how did he phrase it? Let me get it right.
Take your time.
He did everything. He was a coach, but he also was talented in a lot of different ways and a lot of different jobs. Was a master of none and something. I forgot the phrase, but that's unfortunate because that poor child is going to be so confused when I tried to tell him. Because I have no idea what I'm saying. But it was like, I forgot the phrase, but I always remember it's basically the basic premise is, you know, experience a lot of things.
Yeah.
And if you really truly know what your path is, go for it and give it all your zest and energy. But if you don't, because I went through life not really knowing what the hell I wanted to do.
Yep.
You know.
I found out later too.
Yeah, I found out later. So I was definitely a very late bloomer. But I think deep inside I always knew that I was, you know, kind of destined to
Something different.
do something in the creative field, you know, and acting ended up being what
Your outlet.
what my outlet was. And your poor question, that poor child is so confused right now. But
So now you might say,
I
get
don't-
therapy.
you know what? Yeah, get therapy. No, just you know what? Do your own thing, basically.
Be true to yourself.
You be true to yourself, your own instincts, do your own thing, and try to do it in a way that is like it just uses your energy and be honest with yourself. And I've always been an individual, so I was never.
You seem more of a follower to me.
Yeah, really. I was never, ever. It was like amazing how I was not a follower. It's crazy. I was like if the guys are going to hang out and drink beer all night long, I would go and run. You know?
Yeah.
If they were running around the track
Against
acting
the
like
wave, against the
I would
current.
go and meditate, or I would go swim. I was always doing my own thing. And
But because you didn't like to be with the mass, or because you felt
never.
to be...
I even when I'm hiking with a bunch of people, I like to. Well, first off, I like to be first.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
You know, I can see the go-karting with you guys.
I
It's
like
going to be
to
a
be
lot of
first.
fun.
I don't necessarily like to follow people.
Exactly. I always say that the most important is not winning,
Yeah.
is to dominate. You know, you need to destroy the opponent. It's not like, you know, when you participate. I don't attend competition to participate.
That's right.
Yeah, that's for losers. I do that to win. You
To
know,
go
it's like,
and to be the best there. Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
I mean, I had 3 moments in my life that really were kind of my milestones in my growth, and you know, the first 2, you know, my father, of course, was the one who made them happening, and he told me the first time, you know, I must have been 8, 9, and on TV there was a show program about foretelling or things like that, and my dad cut, you know, yes, point blank, and told me, you know, the best way to forecast your future is make it happen. You know, do not expect anybody to predict it for you. Just make it happen. And then really it struck me. It was like, oh wow, that's a different.
It's
you know,
profound. I mean, in a way,
it's,
you know.
it's,
it
you
just-
know, and a few years later, he just told me. I mean, I was going through a kind of difficult, tough time, and he gave me another kind of tip. Very natural. He said, it's you have two choices. Either you keep whining about what you don't have, or you can roll up your sleeves and make things different or work out to make to achieve what you want.
Yeah.
You will spend the same amount of time. And I'm like, well, actually, that's kind of true. So, and the third one, I learned from karate. My karate teacher, my sensei, where he practically, before every exercise, before practically killing us, on the carpet, on the gym, in the gym, he kept saying, we are all privileged people. There are people who are worse than us, so stop whining, keep working. And I think that those three things just set my mind,
Well, the whole work ethics is very important. I mean, nobody's going to give you anything.
you have to earn it.
Stop whining. Nobody's going to give you anything in life. And if somebody wants to give you something for free, then there's some sort of hitch.
Exactly.
I prefer achieving things that I've worked for.
That you've earned.
Yeah, and earned.
On the other hand, if there is anybody out there who wants to give us $50 million, 16,
because
something
we're
like
ready.
that,
No.
we will be. Hold on a
But we'll
second.
work for it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we'll work for it.
Of
But
course,
if you
of
want to
course.
give it to us, we'll
Sure,
work
we got a
really
few
hard
movies
for
we
it.
want to make. And
Yeah,
you know what?
exactly.
Maybe that's a perfect segue because I think we earned every cent and we earned every ounce of the success we get with Atlantis Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think what we
Part
do is really vital, really important.
Mm.
I mean, where would we be? Where would society be without, film, theater, the arts? Where would we be? We would just, my God, we'd be.
Yeah, barren
It
wasteland.
would be horrible. It'd be just
agree.
the thought is horrifying. And to people that don't express or people that are not able to go and experience magic on the stage or magic in the theaters. And for a while in the theaters were, for safety reasons, the lighting was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped going to the theater. I don't want to go to
killed it.
watch a movie in medium lights so that I can see everyone else.
Yeah.
I want to be
Transported.
alone, even though I'm with 200 people. I want to be alone in my experience on this.
And that's not interesting. It's a shared soul experience.
Yeah, it's shared, but yet
Everybody has their own.
everybody has their
individual-
own space, and it's dark, and the moments you're all experiencing is up on screen, and that's very cool.
I think. Anyways, Michael, it's been really, really a pleasure and an honor
Thanks,
working with
guys.
you, and I'm personally looking forward to working with you again, training with you very soon, and beating you on the go-kart track.
Of course.
And
Of course.
I'm looking forward to watching you kick his ass
Well, okay.
on the go-kart. On the go-kart track.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna be like, while we're battling, he's gonna go around us. And
You won't even see us.
we'll have Marcos for him. Marcos will.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm
Take-
going to set Marcos.
Marco's gonna be taking him out.
Marco's going to kick every.